Hi folks, how are you? My name is Joe G, and I was a Boost customer at one point. I want to tell you a story how they screwed me around and got my money and told me too bad. I'm in Cuba, New York at this moment right now. I moved here from Louisville, Kentucky about 2 weeks ago. Well, on the 3rd of November, I purchased a Boost mobile phone. At that time, I questioned him whether I would have service, and he said yes. I said, what kind of service coverage would I have? He said, the same as Sprint, because Sprint owns Boost Mobile. I said, okay. So I purchased the product. I bought the phone, I bought a case, I bought a car charger, and I bought a few other little things to go with the phone, insurance and what have you. Okay, so I'm set. So I moved about a week later, and when I moved, I got here and found out I didn't have any service. So I called Boost, tell it my problem, and they are like, okay, well, there's nothing we can do about it right now because you have to take the phone back to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm like, wait a minute, take the phone back 600 and something miles. No, man, no. So they proceeded to tell me all kinds of crazy stuff, you know. So finally, after 3 days, they said, okay, we're going to send you the phone that will get you the coverage because you can't use a walkie-talkie phone with the coverage that I need. I was like, okay, fine. So they said, well, they set it up, gave me 4 to 7 business days before I can get the phone. So I waited them 4 to 7 days, and then I called them back, and they told me, now your request was denied. And I said, well, when were you going to tell me this? She said, well, we can't give you a new phone because you didn't lose your phone, you know, or your phone wasn't damaged. I said, well, wait, I bought a phone from you guys under the idea that I was going to have service. And they told me, well, too bad, we're sorry, we can't do nothing for you. I said, okay, so what should I do? They said, well, you're going to have to get a new phone. And I said, okay, how much is the phone? They told me how much the phone was. I said, okay, send me that phone then. So now, mind you, this has been going on for approximately 8 days. Going through this with these people about this phone. So now, I've already spent $170-something on this phone. And they told me how much the phone was and everything. So I got my wife's credit card, and I proceeded to give them the number and everything, and then they told me that they couldn't sell me the phone because the number on my address on my wife's credit card did not match the address that the phone was coming to. So now, me having not been with a phone for almost 2 weeks, you can about imagine I'm a little upset. So I've been sending emails back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They've been calling me and telling me the same stuff. Every time I would call them, I have to go through A to Z with them. What's my phone number? What's my PIN number? What's this? What's that? What's that? What's this? What's that? Only to end up with the same thing. There's nothing we can do for you. So I asked them again, can I purchase a phone? They said sure. I gave them the, oh no, we can't use that credit card. I said, well, that's the only one I got. And they said, well, we can't send you the phone. So I've been going through this with them night after night after night after night after night, and nothing has happened. So I finally had to go to another carrier. I changed to AT&T. They told me to get an account number. Well, the only account number I knew was my phone number. I went on the website to look at my account. There was no other number other than my phone number. So finally, the guy at AT&T, he said, well, Mr. Gardner, what you need to do is you're going to have to call them and get your account number. Well, in the meantime, I'm calling, I'm getting running around, people actually hanging up on me, they didn't care. So finally, I get a phone call after I've sent these emails, which are unbelievable. I can send them an email now, and I'll get a reply within 15 minutes from them. Okay? But nothing would happen. So guy calls me, he finally I get my account number, and they get everything straightened out. Plus, what it is, they didn't want to release my phone number, which they got from another carrier. But they didn't want to release that phone number. So they finally did, and I finally got a phone. But what I'm saying is that Boost Mobile Sprint is not what they cranked up to be. They just flat out lied. They BS me for about, like I say, 8 days about this phone. I had no coverage. And when I offered to buy a phone, and they told me I couldn't buy a phone, come on. Something ain't right here. And I'm so mad and angry with these people. I really want to cuss and spit and shout, but it does no good. So I just got a phone call about 5 minutes ago from Sprint again. And this guy is telling me that I have to email them again, and email the, hold on, I'm going to tell you what he said. Boost Mobile customer accounts at boostmobile.com. Well, I'm going to do that. But right now, Boost sucks. I'm telling you. I would never recommend this to nobody, because if you start having problems, you can forget it. But that was my fault. Well, it's not my fault, because I did ask the man if they had the same coverage as Sprint, because my wife has Sprint. That's why I bought the phone. But he neglected to tell me that you have to have a special phone in order to get that kind of coverage. So, thanks for listening. Tell your friends, excuse my French, fuck Boost Mobile. Okay? You all have a great day.